On the 1000th day since TOP gave to me lore. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? So many things have happened today. February 15th of 2024, the official start of the teases for TOP7. Let's go ahead and recap everything and explain to the best of our knowledge at the time. Event 1. Red Tape. Approximately 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. TOP began to change their album art on Apple Music and YouTube to include a strip of red tape. Notice how the red tape goes across the eyes. I've got a long drive, I'll tape my eyes so I don't fall asleep again. A direct reference to The Outside. It's also interesting how everything in red tape is also dead. Trash was confirmed as an empty vessel at the beginning of the Outside music video. For those of you who don't know, an empty vessel means there is no soul in the body. It's dead. We can tell if someone and or something is seized or being seized by the glowing yellow eyes. We see this by Keon's controlling Trash, Dan and Sally being controlled by the bishops during the live stream, or Tyler controlling the empty vessel of Keon's at the end of the Outside music video. Based on the glowing eyes logic, we can reasonably assume that Clifford, the vulture, was also an empty vessel being used by the bishops, aka the surveillance outside. Also, we've never seen Clifford again, so... The red tape on blurry face is to represent the death of Keons, the bishop we saw in the Outside music video. Each circle represents a bishop and their song in the Dima lore. We know that the top left circle is Keons in Heavy Dirty Soul based off of the pattern. TOP uploaded the official audio with this pattern, taken down when the music video released, and is represented in the single art. Unfortunately, Vessel is a bit more real world. The album cover features Grandpa Dunn and Grandpa Joseph, who have both sadly passed. Of course, the album title Vessel has been used to talk about empty vessels. The meaning of red tape? Red tape is an idiom referring to regulations or conformity to formal rules or standards which are claimed to be excessive, rigid, or redundant, or to bureaucracy claimed to hinder or prevent actions or decision making. It is usually applied to governments, corporations, or other large organizations. Sounds like Dima to me. Event 2. You Got Mail. Approximately 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gonna be honest, I first saw this on Twitter and thought it was fake, much like a lot of leaks. I was wrong, these are 100% real and from Dima. Who these were most likely sent to were names that bought merch from the TOP store, and even more likely, these names were picked at random. And part of me hopes that there is a grandma out there who ordered merch for their grandchild once who got sent this cryptic letter. These letters were also limited to 1,500 letters, and as of recording, we here at Layers Music do not have one, sadly. But we do know the contents. Event 3, The Opening, approximately 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. Firstly, a huge thank you to @Joshua'sCult for scanning the contents of this mail. Give her a follow on Twitter. Page 1. Sacred Municipality of Dima United Violets, 602 out of 1,500. Link to the DMA org site where we access the Clancy journals. You recently have accessed internal documents pertaining to case 15398642_14, delinquent Clancy versus the Sacred Municipality of Dima. In this ongoing investigation, we are urging anyone with knowledge of the whereabouts of the accused to come forward with relevant information about this case. It is required that all inhabitants of Dima do their duty in bringing all enemies of vialism and its teachings to swift justice. The Honorable Bishops of the Sacred Municipality of Dima. The little star next to duty says, take extensive measures in attempting to correct or make amends for an error, weakness, or problem. All earthly honor unto the glorious gone. Page 2. The Sacred Municipality of Dima United Vitalists, Evidence. This document is designated as evidence under perusal and investigation by the Sacred Municipality of Dima and Dima Organization. This document is intended for eternal use only and is not to be disclosed outside authorized personnel without prior approval from the authorized bishop of its designated district or the presiding legal authority. The integrity of this document must be maintained at all times to ensure its admissibility throughout the investigation. How did you find this link? The website of the Clancy journals. All earthly honor unto the glorious gone. Notice how certain letters are doubled. STILLALIVE. Still alive. Clancy isn't dead. Clancy is still alive. Page 3, Clancy's journal. 02402 Moon 09. I'm not as scared as I used to be. Their mystery begins to fade as a method to defeat them becomes more clear. I no longer feel powerless. I can outsmart them. This new power of psychokinesis worked, and I believe it can work again. I stand here looking down at the line where the water meets the sand, a starting line. All the while knowing there is a finish line across the straits. Their compass lies, but mine remains true. I've left embers of inspiration. I only hope whatever spark was left has grown into a torch, and together we create an inferno. Signed, Clancy. Notice how the second letter on the first line is doubled. Same on the next line. And then the 9th letter on the line after. Then it repeats. 229. Where have we seen these numbers before? Oh yeah, that's right. The books from Ned's cozy fireplace. On this shelf, the only shelf with non-tilted books, you have 2 books standing, 2 books standing, then 9 books standing. Many people took this 229 as 229, February 29th, Leap Day. That is a Thursday, which means it is one of the 3 main days people release singles. Albums come out on Fridays, singles come out on mid-weekdays. Being that 229 comes up in the Clancy letter and Ned's fireplace, something has to happen on February 29th. Page 3 also contains a new DMA.org logo and says the following on the side. This document is a transcription of a classified source. The original classification, content, and context have been preserved to the highest degree possible in accordance with security protocols. The handling and distribution of this document are subject to the provisions of DEMA organization. Page 4, the map. Surface level, this map is almost like the exact one we have on the DMA.org website. This one, in case you've never seen it before and or forgot. But the maps are in fact different. We have a new location unlocked. Behold, the Paladin Straits, a location that sits between Voltsoy and Dima itself. This is where we leave off at the end of the outside music video as well as that last journal. Paladin, a trusted military leader as for a medieval prince, a leading champion of a cause. The Dungeons & Dragons definition is someone who fights for the good of the order and are sworn to an oath to promote their beliefs and values. Fun fact, Paladin Strait's also a font. This would be cool for them to use. It's kind of a pointy version of the Trench font. Something else I think I see is that one of the circles in the middle of Dima is not colored in. These 9 circles, you guessed it, represents the bishops. Keon's is dead, so a hollow circle makes sense. And that, my friends, is it. Very, very chaotic day. A lot has happened, and a lot has still yet to happen. The most important thing that has happened today, TOP has shown that the wheels are in motion. The new album is coming real soon. Stay tuned to this channel for all deep dives on this TOP era, news, theories, and other fun surprises in this final era of the Dima lore. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.